salutations, friendos. This is Laz. This is the Fright Club, your one-stop shop for all things horror. Welcome back. And before I start, as always, if you're enjoying what you see, hit the like, hit the comment, subscribe, all that friend stuff. Make sure you never miss another episode of the Fright Zone. Matter of fact, I know, looking at the YouTube stuff, all the info they give me, I know from statistics that most people watching my channel, you're not subscribed. And I say, why not? Doesn't take a whole lot long. Just go click to subscribe. End of story. Helps a man out, helps a man do well with the YouTube algorithm. Also though, if you're like me, you're not a patient human being, and you don't want to wait till Tuesday for your next fix of the Fright Zone, I got something for you. You can only get it not 1 but 2 days earlier than anybody else for as low as $3 buckaroonies just by going to Patreon. Go to Patreon, look up the Fright Club. There it is. You got to support the channel. Awesome sauce. Okay, now this is the finale of Let's Get WildEye Month or Let's Go WildEye Month. It's one or the other. I've gone both. And we're going to end this off with a movie that I actually, what I was sent. This is the movie that I've been waiting to watch for a while now. I actually own it on purchased it on Vudu before I ever got sent it, and that is Death to Metal. Now, this movie won me over just from the trailer. The trailer alone, I'm like, oh, man, I'm like, oh, we have to watch this. And I was going to, I saved this for last for that reason, but granted, I also got Don't Finagle in the Woods too. And yes, kids, I know I could use another word other than finagle to replace what the F stands for, but finagle just makes me chuckle, so I'll say don't finagle the words. Makes me laugh. Anywho, but this guy, the Piece of Resistance, watched him last, and I'll tell you about it. Now, going into it, all I saw was a trailer. So I knew what I was getting into. So here's the basic plot. You get a young, by the way, I'm sure you guys know for now, I suck at character names, so sorry. But the movie opens with a young kid walking around. I'm gonna call him Stanley because he looked like Stanley Ipkiss in the young Stanley Ipkiss in the Tim Curry version. So Stanley's walking, and these 3 cartoon bullies show up. That's what I know how to put it, because they're 3 dudes, and they're heavy. They're metalheads. You can tell because they have all these like metal patches on them. And this kid's holding a Bible that's bigger than him. It's like this really interesting looking giant Bible thing with, it looks like almost like it came from the Pope. You know, it has like these clasps and everything. It's like one of those, why is the kid, whatever. So these guys go up to poor Stanley. They beat him up, and then they piss on his Bible, which, okay. And like, you see the kid go, grrr, arg. I'm like, oh, okay. So that's, from the get-go, you know you're in for. You're going to be in for some silliness and probably a good time. And then shifts to present day being the 80s. And our hero, in one day, gets kicked out of his own metal band because they replaced him with a better singer. And then he goes to his lady's house, and she leaves him. And I'm like, damn, man, you belong in Mallrats. So he goes to his best friend's house, this chick, and he's whining, complaining, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, I can't go to, because they're getting ready to go and have like their big debut at like Metal Fest, or what the hell it's called, like this big giant death metal concert that's independently ran. And he's all like, boo-hoo. So while he's boo-hooing, Stanley is now grown up, and he's a minister, and holy crap, he is exactly what, if you put the words right wing and minister together, and I am talking about the most, like when I say right wing, what the extreme people you basically go to a pop in their head. That's the best way I know how to put it. Because he does this. He basically is that one meme. Not even a meme. We're going around where like everything that's hell worthy, like pleasuring yourself, watching porn, all that stuff. You know, if you're anything but straight, yoga pants, stuff like that. You know that list. He's basically walking personification of that. And he's all, but he feels the presence of the Lord. He's doing the Lord's business. But then I'm calling the head priest. I can't remember. Maybe the cardinal. That's probably not right. But of his parish brings him and goes, dude, listen, you got to calm the hell down. You're scaring the crap out of our parishioners. You're too fire and brimstone. You need to, So we're going to give you basically a timeout. And Stanley's all, Argh! So he winds up getting drunk, goes back to his church, breaks into the cardinal's office, whatever, and steals this robe and this wooden cross that the cardinal tried to give him like this story about how he went into Africa, Ethiopia, did all this stuff, did all this friendly, gave him the positive word of the Lord, and they helped him, and they gave him like this, like a cloak and a wooden cross, like a big wooden cross. And well, our boy gets drunk, but he steals it, but in stealing it, he kills a security guard. He's all like, oh no. And then he toxic avenges himself while drunk driving. And now we got our villain. And then he starts going, basically pulls a doomsday from Action Comics and starts heading towards Metalville, basically. And as our hero, he decides, him and his girl, his best friend's like, you know what? He basically convinces his best friend to go with him to Death Metal Fest. And because she doesn't like that music, he's trying to get her to listen to it. She's not enjoying it, whatever, but she's going to do it for him because she's his best friend. And yeah. And he gets there, and then all this stuff starts going down. Like, the guy who replaced him in the band, turns out he's, like, a bunch of stuff happens, things happen, monsters coming, metal's coming, wackiness ensues. And that's really about how I'm going to go with it, because this movie is a hell of a watch. It's fun, and I believe it's free on the Tubi. As always, I will put all the links down below, including the trailer. So you can watch out the trailer first to see if you want to click into this. This movie is fun, but not as fun as I was hoping. Here's what I mean. For Don't Finagle in the Woods 2, that movie knew what the title was, and knew what it was, and knew basically what was expected of it, and it went that way. It was lots of gory fun. Like, it was a lot of, like, this movie's a great thing to watch with your buds at night with some beers and go. This movie is to a degree, but it's not. It doesn't quite live up to the name Death to Metal. Like, it doesn't live up to the promise that the opening gives you, kind of. I mean, there is some really good kills. There's some really good funny bits. I mean, I'm not saying it's wrong. It's not one of those, this is not poorly made. Again, very well made for I always say that for a low budget movie, stuff's awesome. So you're never gonna, I'm not gonna knock that. I'm just saying, me personally, it doesn't feel like it clicks where it needs to click. All the actors are great. Like, everyone in the movie does what they need to do. Our hero has great chemistry with the lady playing the best friend, and our religious toxic avenger. I mean, again, everything works to a degree. It doesn't live up. It's basically all the ingredients are right. It's yet the stew doesn't come out as it should have. Like, it needed more salt, kind of. So with that being said, I'm giving this movie a solid B-. Again, it's not boring. So that's. So it as long as you ain't boring, you have my utmost respect, and I'll I'll happily help you out with that one. But again, it's not. Again, it's enjoyable. It's very enjoyable. It's just for me, it didn't click where I wanted it to click. So B minus. But I am absolutely saying, check it out, have fun, and if you agree or disagree with me, let me know. Comments below. Alrighty, kids. Now that Let's Go WildEye Month is now finished. We'll be going back to I got some really cool action figure reviews I got coming up, and some more reviews, some more thoughts, as well as a new segment that's going to be called Sharing My Pain, where I'm going to go over movies that I think are terrible, but I want to talk about. So until then, kids, hope you all are well. Till next time, catch you all in the Fright Zone.